welcome to the channel. In this video, we'll explore how to focus on yourself in a way that's kind, grounded, and empowering. We'll talk about why self-responsibility is one of the highest forms of self-love, how psychology and spirituality both point to the same truth, that your inner world shapes your outer one, and gentle, realistic ways to shift your focus back to yourself and your peace. Sometimes we get so caught up in everything happening around us, what people think, what others are doing, what isn't working, that we forget the one place where real change begins, right here within ourselves. It's not always easy to take responsibility for your life. It can feel heavy, especially when you've been through things that weren't your fault. But taking responsibility isn't about blame. It's about coming home to your power with compassion. This isn't about pressure, it's about peace. Let's begin. In psychology, taking responsibility is linked to something called an internal locus of control. It's the belief that your choices matter, that even when life feels unpredictable, you still have influence over how you respond. When we live with this mindset, we begin to feel more comfortable, more peaceful, and less reactive. But here's the part people often miss. Taking responsibility doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending you're okay. It means allowing yourself to feel, to process, and then to ask, what can I do now that's kind to myself? Each time you choose calm over chaos or gratitude over comparison, you're reprogramming your mind, literally rewiring the neural pathways connected to empowerment and resilience. You're teaching your brain, I'm safe within myself. When you hold yourself with compassion, responsibility stops feeling like pressure and starts feeling like freedom. Spiritually, focusing on yourself is an act of alignment. The universe moves through you, your thoughts, your energy, your vibration. And one of the most profound universal laws, the law of correspondence, reminds us that, as within, so without. When your inner world is scattered, full of worry, comparison, or resentment, that vibration echoes in what you attract. But when you focus inward, gently tending to your thoughts, your rest, your boundaries, your energy stabilizes. And your outer world begins to reflect that peace back to you. You start to notice synchronicities, people treat you differently, opportunities arrive more naturally. It's not magic, it's resonance. The energy you nurture becomes the life you live. When you focus inward with love, life begins to mirror that love right back. In nature, everything has its rhythm. The tides rise and fall, the seasons shift in perfect timing, and yet we often forget that we too are part of that same rhythm. The tree doesn't rush to grow, it doesn't apologize for shedding its leaves, it simply responds to the environment, using each season as a chance to prepare for the next. That's what responsibility is, not control, but response. You don't have to force change, you only need to stay rooted in awareness, nourish yourself daily, and trust that your time to bloom will come. When you focus on nurturing your roots, your growth becomes inevitable. So how can you start focusing on yourself? Here are 5 steps to help you reconnect with yourself. First, pause and check in. Each morning, take 1 minute to ask yourself, what do I need today? Sometimes it's rest, sometimes it's action. Listen closely, your body always knows. Second, limit outside noise. Protect your energy by being intentional about what you consume. Media, conversations, even your thoughts. Peace grows in quiet spaces. Third, celebrate small wins. Progress isn't always visible, but every choice that honors your well-being counts. You are becoming even on the days you can't see it. Fourth, journal without judgment. Write to understand, not to fix. Self-awareness is healing in itself. Fifth, forgive yourself often. You're human, you're learning, evolving, and doing your best. Responsibility without compassion turns into pressure. Responsibility with compassion becomes liberation. The more you hold yourself, the more life begins to flow. Taking responsibility for your life is one of the most loving things you can do for yourself because it's not about control, it's about choice. It's the moment you decide, even if I didn't choose what happened to me, I will choose how I move forward. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just have to come back to your heart, your peace, your power. When you focus on yourself with kindness, you become lighter. You stop needing to chase or prove, and instead you begin to attract. So breathe, trust your timing, take responsibility not as a burden, but as a gift. Because your life, your beautiful, imperfect, evolving life is in your hands, and that's where your magic lives. Focus on yourself with love, take responsibility with compassion, watch everything unfold. Thanks for listening. Let me know your thoughts and stay tuned for more.